All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this Monday afternoon for a very special show. A show I wish I didn't have to do, but a man's got to do what a man's got to do, right? I'll share more about that in just a little bit. It is Monday, July 8th, 2024. If you're here live, if you're here on the replay, whenever that may be, good day to you. This is going to be more of a community news type of stream. So if you're here for the actual coaching content, this may not suit you. You may learn a lesson or two about how to handle yourself properly on YouTube through this, but that's up to you. I'm just being honest and transparent regarding what this content is about. But before we get to this topic here today, let me first of all make sure that that everything's rolling smoothly. That is, let me make sure that the back end of YouTube is rolling well. And it looks like it is. Let me also check out the notification, make sure the notification has gone out. And it looks like it has gone out. And let me also do a sound check. Do what a man's got to do, right? I'll share more about that in just a little bit. It is Monday, July 8th, 2024. If you're here live, if you're here on the replay, whenever that may be, good day to you. This is going to be more of a community news. All right. All is rolling very well and very smoothly. All right. Now, I'm getting some comments on my channel as we speak. I may read some of them live on the air here today. Because there have been some very supportive people. And I want to start off by saying this. I notice I've been feeling a little bit under the weather. And that's why I haven't been streaming as much. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I think I have a little bit of a cold. I don't have any fever or anything, but I have a little bit of a cold. I've taken some aspirin and other stuff, so I should be able to make it through the show. But if I jumble my words or anything, please forgive me. I've been feeling this way over the last 3 or 4 days, even while walking, and that's why I may sound like I'm a little bit out of breath. The haters are saying, oh, he sounds out of breath. Well, I'm not feeling that well, but I'm still getting out there and doing shows and walking and stuff. So when you're not feeling well, it takes more energy to do things and you get worn down quicker. And I've just got a lot going on off of YouTube. So that's the truth of the matter. Take it for whatever it's worth. I know the people that truly support Don and I here, they're not going to criticize that. The people that are massively projecting their insecurities onto us, will nitpick every little damn thing because that's what they need to do to make themselves feel better, right? But anyway, let's get right to it because I want to get through this, I'd say in about an hour and a half, 2 hours max. I'd like to keep this more so to an hour and a half because I would like to also possibly get a walk-in later today with a different topic. So let's get right to it. The topic of this show is the reasons why Tiff does what she does and why her audience enables it. One more time. The topic is the reasons why Tiff does what she does and why her audience enables it. First things first. A creator on YouTube is only as powerful and successful as their audience dictates them to be, pretty much, right? A creator on YouTube is only as successful as their audience dictates them to be. Showing up on their live streams, maybe even donating, Cash Apps, PayPal, Super Chats, Super Stickers, if you're monetized like myself, yada, 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 right? So you have to put at least part of the blame of why some creators create the type of content they create and get away with creating that type of content is because their audience is supporting it. not only by being there, but monetarily supporting it as well. And that's pretty sad because we have a bunch of people in this modern world that are supporting piss poor, crappy, shitty, hateful content. You've got people like myself and Don out here that are trying to create real positive content. We're looking to truly uplift, inspire, and motivate people to become the best version of themselves they can be. And then you've got these creators like Tiffany and others we won't mention here today that create the opposite of that, the hateful content, the content that's abusive, the content that doesn't make any sense, right? The content where they nitpick other creators that I assume they wish they could be like, including myself, right? Carolyn Lynn in the chat says, hello, Eli in chat. Hello, Carolyn. Welcome to the show. Richard T. Coach, how you doing? I'm doing all right. How about yourself, Richard T.? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Carolyn Lynn says, hopefully after this stream, you can get a nap in. Oh, well, I've been sleeping just fine. I've just been I've been a little under the weather. And I've just had a lot to do off of YouTube. Don and I have had a lot to do. We've done a lot of cleaning. I've had a lot of errands to run. You got to make supermarket runs. You got to cook. You got to take care of the dogs. I mean, there's a lot to do. All right, Richard T., honestly, I deleted your comment. If you mention any comments like that, again, I will remove you. Same thing. GLM, please do not mention. I don't want to further enable the piss poor behavior. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do is make Tiff a blocked word here in my chat. How you doing, GLM? Remember, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. I am not going to allow people to further enable the piss poor behavior that's going on. You're either going to support the positivity or you're not going to be welcomed here. That's the bottom line. What part of that don't you understand? What part of that don't you understand? All right. Richard T., you're out of here. You're gone, dude. You're done. Go over and support Tiff. Go over and support the other people. You're not welcome here anymore and ever again. $2 super chat. I wear a helmet. I support the Mud Shark Army. What is the Mud Shark Army? I don't know what that means, but thank you for your super chat. I just don't understand the behavior of grown-ass adults out here on YouTube wanting to come into a positivity channel and try to derail it because you're fucking miserable. You're fucking miserable. I apologize. I hope you both make peace at some point. I'm not looking to make peace. I just want to move on. There's no reasoning with people like Tiff and other people like that. There is no peace. It's just moving on. Onwards and upwards. But she said some things about me. She's getting paid to make content on me. She's making money off my name, so I'm going to talk about it. And that's my choice to do so. That's my choice to do so. The problem is we've got some grown-ass adults that are very insecure, very immature, and this is my opinion because I'm not a doctor. They are mentally and emotionally unstable. We've got people with severe mental instabilities, supporting other creators with severe mental instabilities that are attacking other innocent creators on the platform. And that's just absolutely pathetic. And then these people in the chat, which we're gonna get to that. We're gonna dissect the chat from a few of Tiffany's recent streams that she's done on me. I'm gonna read to you folks what these people have been saying. And how in the world are we supposed to accept advice from very mentally ill people, right? Now, again, it's my opinion that they're mentally ill because I'm not a doctor. I am entitled to my opinions. And I think they're all fucking mentally ill. They are. So how in the world can we accept any advice from mentally ill, mentally sick people, right? And it's those mentally sick people that support other mentally sick, mentally ill creators like you, Tiff. I think you've got some serious mental illness. I think you do. And you can call me out on that. I don't care. I'm not going to focus every day on responding to you. I'll respond every now and then when it's warranted, but I'm not going to waste my time, my breath on someone like you that's just never going to change for the better. Never. You're not going to. You've had many opportunities to do so over the years, and you continue to do the same dumb shit you've done for years. And I'm going to share why. Because the topic of this show is the reasons why Tiff does what she does and why her audience enables it. So why do you do what you do, Tiff? Why do you do what you do? We got to keep it real, right? Now, I don't want to talk about this. And honestly, I'm not interested in attacking you. I'm not here to attack you. I'm here to just state the facts. The only reason why I'm talking about this is because you keep talking about myself. You keep talking about Dawn. You keep talking about, what I should do to help Dawn and this and that. Okay? We've got that handled. Thank you. Enough said. We've got that handled, right? We've told you we've got that handled many times, and you keep talking about it. Why? Because you're getting paid by Silicone J.O. to make content on us, right? Which means you've got to regurgitate and repeat the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. How many times are you going to say the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result from us or your audience? How many times will your audience donate to you saying the same thing? Because there's nowhere left for you to go with it, right? There's nowhere left for you to go with it. But why do you do it? People want to know. People want to know. They have their opinions. They want to hear mine. I'm going to share mine. I've said it before, but I'll sum it up in a nice package and put a nice little bow on top of it here today. So it's very clearly stated, okay? The reason why you do what you do, Tiff, is because you're unhappy and you're miserable in your personal life. Bottom line, end of story. You're fucking miserable. You are. You're absolutely fucking miserable. Because if you were happy in your life, you wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. You'd be creating more positive things. Or you'd be working a different job in the real world, which you're not. Now, I'm not here to criticize you for not working a real job or doing this YouTube thing, whatever. I'm not here to criticize you. I'm just going to state what I believe to be true. I'm going to state it as my opinions because I don't live with you. I don't know what happens in your household. But from what I've heard and your behavior and all that, I can highly assume as my opinions this to be what's going on. Okay. So you're miserable. Okay. So why are you accepting payment? Why are you accepting payment to come at me when you've got a boyfriend you've been living with for 10 years? A very good man that I've talked to by phone one time because you connected me with him. He is a good man. I still respect him. I always will. A very good man that's made lots of money, that's taking care of you, that gives you a place to live. Gives you a place to live, a nice place to live, $1 million house, nice place to live, right? I believe your kid's there. He takes care of your kid too, right? This dude does everything right? And you disrespect him with the things you've done. Sue Sullivan, how are you doing? Eli, that makes sense. If she was happy, she would be treating people well, not cruel like she does. No, she's miserable. She's absolutely miserable. She's miserable because she's not happy with the man that she's with, but she's got no other option because she'll be on the street if she leaves him, right? You know that's the truth, Tiff. And here's the thing, Tiff. I don't want to say this. I don't want to come out here and say this, but you've been coming at myself, you've been coming at Dawn, and you're making money, not only sponsored money, but you're also making donations from your Karen audience of mentally and emotionally unstable people. So if you're going to play that game with myself and Dawn, then you know what? We're going to talk about it, and we're going to share what we believe is really going on with you as our opinions. Hi, AZ Prod. How are you doing? 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. So you're miserable, okay? You're miserable. You've been living with your man, but you know what? You look at him more like a roommate. So there's really nothing going on there for you on your end. The sparks are not there. They should be because he's a good guy. He's a decent dude, and most other women, if they had the opportunity to be with a guy like that, they would snatch him up in a second. But you take him for granted, right? You live in his home. You question my living situation, which I've mentioned it many times, okay? You live in his home, and you probably don't pay a dime to live there because the rent to live in a $1 million home is way out of your budget, which your budget is zero. I'm Goody Light. Thanks. How are you? I'm doing all right, Sue. So you have nowhere to go. You don't have that loving feeling for your man, but you need the free room and board and other aspects. You need to be taken care of, or you want to be taken care of, because if you were going to be able to do this on your own, you would have left and supported yourself, right? So if you're going to criticize myself and say that I live off of the estate, which I don't, that my mother takes care of me and she doesn't, if you're going to come out and say I have no bills, which I do, if you're going to come out here and criticize me, whether you mean that or not, as part of your content you're being sponsored to make, if you're going to come out and come at me in that way, then I'm going to do the same thing in return. You're only getting back, Tiff, what you're putting out. You're only getting back what you're putting out. So you've lost that loving feeling. You're living there, I'm assuming free of charge, free food, probably free car, free everything, right? And I don't care if you got that. That's none of my business. I'm only mentioning it because you've come at me in those same ways. So you only get back what you give, Tiff. In this world, you only get back what you give. So a lot of people are saying that you don't do this for the money. You do it because you enjoy doing it. It keeps your mind off of your misery. And that's part of it. You are fucking miserable. You do it partially because of that, because you're miserable and you want to knock down other people you perceive to be happy like you wish you could be, right? That's why you do it, Tiff. That's why you do it. But she does do it for the money. You know why? Because she feels guilty asking her good man, who happens to be pretty loaded. He's a good dude that has lots of money. She feels guilty asking him for money when she doesn't, have that loving feeling for him, right? So now, in order to lessen the blow between her man and her on the financial stuff. Now she sells out to Silicone JO and is accepting payment to make content on me. And then people are saying, oh, no, she's not getting paid to do it. Why in the world would someone invest as much time as she has to make all that content on me for the last few weeks if she wasn't getting paid? Sue Sullivan, she should not be judging you. You are in a loving relationship. Well, no one should really judge, Sue. No one should really judge. Sharing opinions is one thing, right? Sharing opinions is one thing. But her making things up, saying vile and cruel things about myself and Don that aren't true, that we've discussed many times, and then she repeats it over and over and over again like a broken record. It's obvious she's getting paid to do it. And she sold out to Silicone JO as her sponsor to do this type of content because she feels guilty asking her man for money because those sparks are not there. So she's trying to lessen the blow of asking him for stuff. That's what's going on, Tiff, right? So if she didn't need any of this money, then why would she even be accepting donations? If she's got all the money in this world and she's all happy and lovey-dovey with her man that happens to have money, then why would she be doing this dumb shit on the internet for money? She's getting paid to do it. She made over $100 in donations yesterday off of talking about me, on top of what she got paid from the sponsor, Silicone JO. Hey, Pablo, how are you doing? Nothing wrong with getting a nice, rich man. Well, GLM, there's nothing wrong with being with a man that's responsible financially, and nothing wrong with that man helping you out. As long as you respect that man, you love that man, you don't cheat on that man, that's another thing. That's another thing. You've cheated on that man. And it was a public thing out here on YouTube with some people that, you know, we've parted ways from, but you used to be a part of their group, right? And they used to come at me and they don't anymore. And you have no shame for that, man? You think that people have forgotten about that? Like, you want to sit here and criticize my life and Don's life after all that stuff that you've done publicly? Are you out of your damn mind? You must be really mentally ill. Seriously. There's something not right there. Something's not right. If you make any content, people are going to send you money. We are all out here working the YouTube stripper pole, if we like it or not. I don't give a shit about the stripper pole. I don't. I'm not here to strip. And I'm not here to pay people that strip. I'm not here to associate with people that have shitty attitudes and make money to attack other innocent people and make shit up about other people, you know, because it entertains their audience. That's stupid content. It's stupid. It's stupid. It is absolutely stupid. Absolutely. You want to make that content? Go do it on someone else. Yeah, go do it on someone else, not myself or Don. Honestly, you shouldn't do it to anyone. But if you're going to do it to Don and I, we're going to give you a piece of our mind and then some. That's what we're going to do. AZ Prod says 100. How you doing, brother? Tiff, do you not take into consideration the things you've done before you try to trash other people? You can't trash other people on anything when you've done far worse. Far worse. Or do you just not care? Because if you don't care that you've done far worse than the people you're attacking, like myself and Don, then you're a fucking narcissist. You are the pure definition of a narcissist. You absolutely are. And you're miserable and you're unhappy and you're trying to find your happiness by trying to kick down other people that are fucking happy. Let me tell you something. Dawn is a way better woman than you'll ever be. Way better woman. She's been through a lot, just like you have. But you know what? Dawn handles it so much better. And Dawn stays out of this crap. Dawn's letting me handle it. You know why? Because she doesn't want to deal with your ass or anyone else's ass. It's not worth her time. And she's not going to allow you morons that are mentally ill make her, put her in a worse situation. She's trying to recover from some things in the past in her life, traumas and stuff like that. And she's trying to recover from some things, and she doesn't need you folks making the matters worse. So she's staying out of it. I respect her and love her for that. She's got restraint. And she's a wonderful person. She's a wonderful person. Don would never do to me what you've done, Tiff, to your man and to other people. And there are people reaching out to me saying there's a whole history going back 10 plus years on Tiff. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what she's done. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because she's coming at me. She's coming at me, and she's only coming at me because she's making money off my name. That's it. That's all I care about. I don't care. Here's the thing. It's one thing for people to trash you and share their opinions on you, right? That's one thing. It's another thing to exploit people for money. She's exploiting Dawn and I for money. And if she's trying to make it come off like I'm some bad caretaker for Dawn and that, that Dawn's not getting the proper help. No, everything's all good. I'm a great caretaker, and Dawn's getting the best help on the planet. All you're doing is exploiting it for money. All you're doing is exploiting it for money. And because of the fact that she's exploiting it for money, that's why I'm responding. I'm tired of people making shit up and exploiting myself and my woman for money and taking money out of our pocket over bullshit that's not true. So my next question again to you, Tiff, is how many more times are you going to say the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? How many more times are you going to do a stream and talk about Dawn and the same thing and talk about me being out of breath because I'm not feeling well and it's been hot out here in the Bay Area, and why am I sweating on my shirt, or have I washed my shirt? Of course I always wash my shirts. Like all the nitpicking BS stuff. I swear to God, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, you got nothing better to do than to pick some random man off the internet and dissect his Walking with Purpose streams and the sweat on his shirt because it's hot. It's been hot out here. And that's why you won't admit you're getting paid, because if you admitted you're getting paid, even your own audience would be like, wow, she's selling out big time, right? So you got to get paid. You got to keep it quiet. So you keep Silicone happy and you keep getting paid by Silicone. And then at the same time, you can't let your audience know you're getting paid, because then they'd be like, oh, this is all fake and you're a sellout. And they wouldn't donate to you, right? So you're playing everyone, right, Tiff? You're manipulating the shit out of everyone except for myself and Dawn. You're playing everyone And your own audience even is falling into your trap, which is even more pathetic than what you're doing. Your audience is more pathetic than what you're doing because they're buying into your bullshit. They're buying into it. That just shows where their mental state is at. Your audience is more mentally ill than you are. In my opinion, of course, my opinion. I'm not a doctor. It's my opinion that you're all mentally ill. Now, I'm going to share a few more thoughts, and I'm going to take a break. And I'm going to come back, and I'm going to read some chat messages from a few of the streams that Tiff did on me. I'm going to talk about this woman named Mel that seems to run her mouth without even knowing who I am. This Mel has no clue who I am. Yet she thinks she has expert level knowledge on my life and Don's life, right? And all these crazy lunatic women that are more mentally ill than Tiff, are supporting Mel and saying, oh, she's a real person. She shows her face. Okay. All right. Well, there's not a whole lot of content on her channel that I saw. But she certainly loves to run her mouth about people in a chat box that she knows nothing about. She's basically going off the word of some mentally ill woman running a live stream that she's getting paid to do as part of a targeted paid hate attack on me. No, it's not a Nation's Cup. It's a Jack in the Box cup. Don wanted breakfast for lunch, and very few places make breakfast for lunch. So Jack in the Box. I went there to get her a croissant, breakfast sandwich. So I picked up a Diet Coke and a fountain drink because I'm out of Diet Coke at the house because I need to go to the supermarket, which I'm going to get to tomorrow. So that's why I got a fountain Diet Coke. But thanks for noticing that, GLM. I appreciate that. We are at 32 minutes. I'm going to ask you the same question again, Tiff, like I asked the other group of people that were getting paid by the same person that's paying you. And now they're no longer coming at me because there's nowhere left to go with it, right? And I appreciate that they backed off, and so have I. I leave them alone. Oh, sorry, I've left them alone. They've left me alone. It's all good. But I'm going to ask you the same thing. How much longer are you going to repeat the same old stuff over and over and over again? How much longer do you think you're going to be able to accept money from Silicone to come at me saying the same old thing? How much longer? People are going to get bored of it, just like the Legion did. They got bored of it, right? And again, I don't care if you keep coming at me all day, every day. I don't care if you waste your entire life talking about Don and I. We're not going to sit here and respond to you all the time. Every now and then, if we have to, we will. And see, you guys are saying, here's the thing. I heard through the grapevine that JB Gunner did a morning coffee stream on me, but then I went to his channel and it's not there. I didn't see it anywhere. Did he delete it? I don't know what happened, JB Gunner, and I don't care. And, I've blocked all you folks. Like, I've blocked you folks to the point of where you folks can't even tag me in anymore. Like, I'm done with all these people. Like, I have ghosted them on YouTube. I've taken extreme measures to not only hide them from the channel, but to also block them across across the Google platform. Like, I'm so done with these people. Like, they're a waste of my time. They're a waste of air for all I care. But JB Gunner, this was about the day like 20 hours ago. Dear CUCK Eli, you're only speaking on Tiffany because your regular content cuts your views in half without drama. No, it's not true. You guys kept talking about me, and you keep on distracting my actual message because a lot of my audience also follows you folks. You're now hungry for them views, and we can see it. No silicone isn't the one paying her, dummy, LOL. Well, you're full of shit, JB Gunner. You always have been. And not only is silicone paying her, silicone is paying you. And it's J-O. Silicone J-O. Okay? Would you admit publicly that you're getting paid to come at me or come at someone? Wouldn't that devalue the content to your audience? Don't sit here and try to manipulate me, Gunner. It's not working. I could care less. You're full of crap, dude. And here's the thing. You guys are making money at my expense, using my content, making shit up about Don and I because you're getting paid to do it. So of course I'll talk about it if I wish to talk about it. So sit down and STFU. And you don't want me talking about it, don't talk about me. Don't talk about me. You don't want me to talk about it, don't talk about me. If anyone knows how this YouTube game works, it's you. I know how it works too. I just don't like playing the game this way. But you folks leave me with no choice. And that's why I'm talking about it. That's why I'm talking about it, because you leave me no choice. Yeah, it's really sad that Tiff spends more time talking to Gunner throughout her days than her own man. That's my opinion, Tiff. That's my opinion. I gotta tell you, Tiff, you are probably one of the most entitled Karens I've ever come across. You are a Karen. You are. And so is your audience. You and your audience are a bunch of Karens that don't make any sense. You're miserable. You're miserable women. You are. You're all miserable. Because if you were happy, you would not be focusing your time on a live stream trying to trash talk an innocent man and woman that are a happy couple, just trying to uplift and motivate and inspire people to do positive things. We're not talking about you. We're not coming at you. We're not saying a thing about you. But you're coming at us, right? And it's not just you, Tiff. It's your audience. Your audience is feeding into it. Because again, you're all miserable. You're miserable Karens that are either single and lonely or you're in an unhappy marriage or relationship. That's what it boils down to. Right? And instead of working on yourselves and working on getting what's going to make you happy, you focus on kicking down other people that you perceive to have what you want. That's all it boils down to. Nothing else would make any logical sense at all. GLM says, I had Korean corn dogs from a spot in Berkeley. They were so yum and filling. So much left. Oh, well, great to hear that. Glad you had a great lunch today. Wonderful. What were you doing out there in Berkeley? before I take a quick break here and then come back and read some chat comments. Okay. There's nowhere left to go with the Coach Eli story. You know it, Tiff. JB knows it. It's all been played out. But you got some crazy, mentally ill, mentally and emotionally disturbed man in their late 30s, early 40s, J.O., Silicone J.O., a mentally disturbed man, a miserable man that likes to pay people to come at people, especially me. Sue Sullivan says spot on. Spot on about what, Sue Sullivan? Be more specific. Once again, 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. GLM says, Tiff and I didn't get along before she came to your channel. I feel like you bridged the piece for us, Eli. She has a pretty good sense of humor. Having a sense of humor is different than deliberately attacking someone and lying about someone and their girlfriend because they're getting paid to do it, GLM. That's all this boils down to. If you want to be friends with Tiff, I don't care. Be friends, whoever you want to be friends with. It's all good. I did try to bridge the gap, between Tiff and many people. And things were headed in the right direction until she sold her fucking soul out to Silicone J.O. She sold her soul out. The moment she said, I need, money for my son's birthday, and then the opportunity arose. Silicone J.O. came in the picture. She even told me that they were talking. And she was going to expose him, but instead of exposing him, he paid her more to keep her mouth shut and to come at me. I don't understand what that is, Cole D. Case. I know you're trolling. Yeah, you know what? I don't need this anymore. I'm going to get rid of you, Cole D. Case. Thank you for your $4, but, just because you're super chatting doesn't give you the right to send abusive messages or weird messages. Thank you for your $4. Have a nice day. GLM says, I honestly don't want to tell anyone about my day, and I don't want to hear about any other adult's day. People just like to bitch about what sucked in their day. Well, no, GLM, that's not true. The people that like to bitch about their day are the miserable as fuck people. Okay? People that are miserable as fuck are going to bitch about everything, right? Okay? That's the problem. People that are happy and in a good place and that are good human beings will go up to people and say, hey, how are you today? Good. How are you? How's your day going? That's normal behavior. No, that's a different Cole. You're talking about ODN. This is a different person, GLM. I know you're talking about ODN. Oh, he said he's pulling up on you. Okay. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna pull up BS that you guys like to play out here. All because of a matter of a difference of opinion. It's so pathetic. I'm just so tired of it. Pull up, pull up, pull up. It's funny to me, since I've had cameras here, like no one's pulled up at the house. No one wants to pull up because they'll get caught. And I'll just show them live on YouTube. That's all good. It's all good. No one's tried to pull up. Except the one time that I was served. But, that was, last year? But besides that, no one's come anywhere near because I've got cameras everywhere. I'm looking at my cameras right now. I've got cameras outside by the door, multiple cameras on the street, the driveway, cameras inside. It's all good. AZ Prod said there are a lot of miserable people out here on YouTube. There are a lot of miserable people in the world, AZ Prod. You're right. I'm just sick and tired of these grown-ass adults thinking that they have the right to bash people and defame their character and to make shit up about them and to accept payment to trash them with the same shit over and over and over again. I can understand people talking once or twice, right? But why are you going to continue to talk about someone if you're not getting paid, right? Now, for me, all I've done is defend myself. All I've ever done is defend myself. So if I've talked about someone multiple times, it's because they were continuously getting paid to come at me for years and years, right? That's all this boils down to. So time to move on, Tiff. Time to move on. Okay? If you don't move on, I'll respond every now and then. If you do something really stupid, I'll respond. If you don't do anything stupid, I'll respond maybe once per week just to say, oh, she's still going. She's still doing the same thing. Might as well, put it on repeat. You might as well just, re-upload the same piece of content every single day instead of having to say the same shit every day live because you're just, repeating yourself. So, if you don't stop, we're going to ice you out and ignore you, but maybe once a week we will just say, okay, she's still doing this because she can't let go. And it's just going to make you look more and more stupid. That's all. That's all. But anyway, I'm going to take a quick break. We are at 47 minutes. I'm going to take a quick break, then I'm going to come back for another maybe 30 to 40 minutes and read some comments from the chat. A few chats of Tiffany, especially that Mel. Because she likes to run her mouth on people she doesn't know. So give me a few here. Just queuing up some royalty-free YouTube music here. No, I wasn't talking about ODN. Okay. Well, do you know who that Cold E case is? Anyway. All right. Music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a quick break, and then we'll get to the comments. Stick around. We'll be right back. we are back live. We are back live, and we are just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, folks. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but we also keep it very raw and real at the same time. I just got to say, I was looking over some of those comments I'm going to be going over here that were made in Tiffany's, and on some of Tiffany's live streams recently. And I'm just like, just flabbergasted at how hurt a lot of these people are, how much they're struggling emotionally deep within themselves, how severely they're projecting. And it's just, wow. It's like a baby having a temper tantrum over having its toy taken away, right? It's just really sad for grown-ass adults to behave this way on the internet. And then you've got one that's, paying people money to come at me and a few others. And it's just really super sad. We're going to talk about you as well, Silicone. And I'm going to just basically say it as it is. So stick around for that. Before we get to that, though, let me make sure that everything's still rolling smoothly. Give me a second here. Let me see. A lot of these people are, how much they're struggling emotionally deep within themselves. All right, all is rolling well. And everything should be in sync. Okay. Before I get to the comments here, let me look at the chat real quick. GLM says, yeah, how's your day going? Should always be answered with good or fine. After that, we can enjoy the company of our loved ones. Or whoever it is that you're hanging out with, any friends or other people, right? Why can't we all just be nice to each other? Why can't we all have common courtesy and common decency, GLM? GLM furthermore says, then there are people who give dumbass details of their day, like their trip to the bank and what their cat is doing. Well, that's what made cat videos famous out here on YouTube when YouTube was first launched almost 20 years ago. Yeah, there really is no substance to that content, but hey, if people want to follow that, that's on them. That doesn't mean it's negative content. Like, there's nothing wrong with creating that type of content. It's just like, it's like vlogging is all it is. It's vlogging. Jigwalk, how you doing? Hey, Eli. Hi, Eli and everybody. Authentic, says Jigwalk. Thank you. Jigwalk furthermore says, Eli, I agree that most of these people in the hater clubs most likely had sad lives and are not happy in real life, so they feel better when they hate on good people. That's all it's ever been, Jigwalk. It's a projection. It's a projection of their own insecurities, and then they find someone like myself and Don that are trying to create positive things for people. And instead of joining us on that positive journey, they try to kick us down to their level as a pathetic attempt to try and make themselves feel better. We're getting lots of people coming in here saying Tiffany is hot, Tiff is a babe. Who gives a shit? Here's the thing, you guys are the most pathetic losers. If you're going to pay a woman a compliment and say she's hot when her personality is shit, then you've got more issues than I could ever imagine. I cannot believe how much you pathetic, moronic beta males will bask in the glory of a woman with a shitty behavior just because you think she's hot or good looking. Why don't you get with one of those girls or one of those women and see what happens, after a little while? She's going to drive you crazy. She's going to ruin your life. And in the case of Tiffany and her man, he's a good dude. And the reason why he won't kick her out and let her go is because he cares about her well-being. He's emotionally attached, and I don't blame him for that. If I was with somebody for 10 years, it'd be hard to get rid of them. If they were treating me the same way Tiff's treating him and others, it'd be hard because there's that emotional attachment, right? I feel for that guy. And if you're watching my stream still every now and then, dude, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. I get it. You don't want to leave her homeless. You care about her well-being. But at some point, dude, you're going to have to cut your losses. And it's not even the money. It's your sanity, dude. Your sanity. You got to cut the losses of, continuing to, deal with insanity, man. That's what it boils down to. We've got people enabling piss poor behavior nowadays. The beta males are enabling piss poor behavior of women, right? And then you've got these Karens that are more miserable than other Karen content creators like Tiff, and they support her and they make her feel like she has some kind of power. You don't have any power, Tiff. You are powerless. You think you have power, Tiff? You got zero power as far as I'm concerned. AZ Prod says, those are beta CUCK simps we are forced to live amongst. Right. And they ruin it for everyone else, dude. They enable this piss poor behavior. Jigwalk says, I'm not sure she is even that good looking. I would have to agree with you. She never shows herself on camera. She doesn't. Right? But she criticizes me every time I go on camera. I'm not afraid to show my face or anything all day, every day. You want to criticize my walks, Tiff, and the fact that I'm sweating because it's hot when you don't get out there and walk yourself? And then she goes, well, I have a selfie stick and I can get out and walk if I want. Then do it. Then you know what, Tiff? I'll tell you what. You want to prove to me that you're just as good as I am? Or prove to yourself? You don't have shit to prove to me. I don't care about that. Prove it. Prove it to yourself. Go live and get out your selfie stick and do a live stream from a walk, right? And show your face and show yourself. Or sit down and STFU. Oh, if I want to be like a little kid and get out my selfie stick, selfie sticks can be used by all ages. And you can also use other, you can use like a gimbal and stuff. I might end up getting a gimbal at some point. GLM says, I love Kenny Hotz and Spencer Rice. Good for you. Jigwalk says, at AZ Prod 100. Yeah. AZ Prod's right. Sue Sullivan says, exactly, at Jigwalk. Yeah, exactly. AZ Prod says, hey, Jig. Yeah. I can't believe, how much you guys will devalue yourselves because you're so fucking thirsty over a woman that has a shitty personality and it's just a terrible person. You'll give her a free pass because you assume or think she's good looking. The most important aspect to a woman's beauty is her heart and soul. Because without that, it doesn't matter how physically beautiful she is. Even a woman that's physically beautiful is actually ugly to me if they have a shitty personality. Let's get to some of these comments here from Tiffany's chat. Let's focus on Mel. She goes, I'll be back after a shower. I'm wilting. That's very funny, Mel. Very funny. Just playing along with what Tiff is saying because you're miserable and bored and lonely, right? Let me see here. What else should I do? Let me see. Then there's this other channel that used to come over here, and I banned them. NS. You gave them life coaching. No, she did not. She projected her insecurities onto me, and she actually played the role of something she got paid to play the role on. She's basically pretending to attack me for money. NS. Miss Brazy, you never attacked Dawn. Of course she did. She's talking about Dawn, and she's talking about her condition and all that, and she has no clue what's going on. You have no clue what's going on, Tiff. She did attack Dawn, Miss Brazy. And S says, notice how little coaching guy reacts when someone gives him unsolicited coaching advice. I don't give people unsolicited coaching advice. I respond to their BS. I call them out on their BS. All I do is stand up for myself. That's all. And I call people out on their piss poor behavior. Just like I'm calling you out on your piss poor behavior. So I don't give unsolicited advice. I call people out on their piss poor behavior. Let me see here. Silicone says, Tiff, I don't think Eli handles opposing opinions very well. I don't think you can handle anything well at all, Silicone. You're such a fucking loser, Silicone. You're the biggest pathetic excuse of a loser I've ever come across, because you have to pay people to attack other innocent people to make yourself feel better. Why do you pay people to come at myself and others, Silicone? If you're a happy person in your life, why are you paying people to attack other people on the internet? Why? How dumb is that, dude? Do you think that's the smartest thing to do? Does that make you a good person? Okay. The truth of the matter is, Silicone, you are hurting emotionally deep within. Okay. Maybe you've got money. It seems like you do. But see, Silicone, money doesn't buy happiness, right? Money can't buy happiness, right? You can have all the money in the world and pay people to attack other people, but what's that going to do for you? How's that going to solve the root of your problem, which is you are mentally messed up in the head? You are emotionally traumatized or scarred over something. Something is lacking within you, Silicone. You are hurting very, very badly, and you are channeling that hurt by paying other creators to attack other innocent people that you wish you could be like, not monetarily, but happy, right? Forget about the money. Maybe you have more money than I do. I don't care about that. What I have that you don't have, Silicone, is fucking happiness. I'm a happy person and you're not. You're fucking miserable. You're miserable. And you're paying people to attack a happy man because you're fucking miserable. How pathetic is that, dude? You're like the most pathetic human being on the face of this planet. Period. Period. You guys just banned someone that came in here on a sock count. This might be Tiff. Beautiful disaster. Eli, that just makes you look bitter that you are a wannabe motivational speaker. I'm a phenomenal motivational speaker, and I pinpoint your BS with 100% accuracy. I nail it. That's why you're fucking triggered coming here and trying to destroy my chat or disrupt my chat on a sock account when you've been banned here. You can't stop coming back because you're miserable. Motivational speaker who has a speech impediment? What speech impediment do I have? You stupid. Never mind. And is bitter just because people say Tiff is hot? I don't want that here. I don't think Tiff is hot. I don't think Tiff deserves to have all those fake accolades. I don't want to give her that. Not here in my chat. Because I don't judge people based on their looks. I don't like to judge people, period. But if I was going to judge people, it would be on their behavior. And her behavior sucks. It does. It sucks, period. That's not poor behavior. Your behavior is piss poor. I think that's what you meant to put. You ran out of characters. Well, my behavior is just fine. You're the one coming here on the sock account because you've been already banned on your main account, trying to, get a word in. So you're trying to break into my house because I've triggered you for sharing the truth. AZ Prod 100, brother, amen, hallelujah. Well, thank you, AZ Prod. You people are pathetic. Pathetic. You can't handle the fact that I nail my assessments of all you mentally unstable and disturbed people. You can't handle that. You can't handle the truth. So you want to come in here and try to say, oh, you have a lisp or this and that or whatever. Shut the fuck up. I want to see you do what I do. You're not capable of doing it. Come up with something better than that. Dumb people. And now Tiffany was focusing, oh, look at his shadow. Look at the selfie stick in his shadow on video. Of course there's going to be a shadow. His shadow gives me the creeps. He looks like the Grim Reaper is following him. Please coach him on that too. So coach me on the fact that whenever anyone walks and their son, there's a shadow there. Everyone has a shadow. Like honestly, to the people here that are normal, do you see how dumb and stupid this is? These people are talking about things that are normal. Everyone has a shadow when you walk. Can you coach him on his shadow? Can you coach him and see if he can get rid of that shadow? My God. Wow. Wow, man. These are the biggest Karens on the planet here. Miss Brazy. But at Tiff, it was the big Bissell that tired the little guy out. I got a lot of work to do with it. I want to see you do a couple of huge carpet areas with a heavy machine like that. And then do everything else that you have to do around your house. What is wrong with a big 60-pound Bissell tiring you out? It's a lot of work. What is wrong with that, Miss Brazy? What did I say that was wrong? Like, you Karens nitpick people for normal things. Like people that do hard work to clean their house or something else, they're going to get tired. What is wrong with that? You are nitpicking. You're going to nitpick me breathing air, drinking water. I just don't get these people. Jigwalk says, where is the proof that she is hot? She is probably all... I won't say that, but you're probably right, Jigwalk. She never goes on camera. She doesn't. Sue Sullivan. Wow, Tiffany is so vain. She's just miserable, Sue. She's miserable, and she's got a bunch of miserable Karens in her audience they're all enabling each other's piss poor, shitty behavior because these women are lonely and miserable, and they're just scumbags is what they are. Silicone, this is hilarious. How is this hilarious, Silicone? Silicone, you're going to be eternally single. There's not a woman on the planet that's going to marry you or date you. You are a miserable human being. Miserable. Money is not going to make you happy, Silicone. That's obvious. Money is not going to make you happy. AZ Prod, they are really reaching now, grasping at straws. Right. I'm only sharing this, AZ Prod, because this is the dumbest stuff I've ever seen. Right? Look at how dumb this whole thing is that Tiffany's doing. Like, she's going to continue to do it because she's getting paid by Silicone. And it's going to be a repeat of the same old garbage, right? This is stuff that not even kindergartners would do. Like, not even young kids would talk about dumb shit like this. NS, yes, Brianna. That's why he has to take so many breaks in an hour live. I take breaks because when you talk, you got to take breaks to rest your voice, you moron. And you got to use the restroom and also get more coffee. I cannot believe these people are like reacting to nonsense. This is all nonsense, hogwash. Like, there's nothing of substance here. Do you folks think so far there's anything of substance regarding what I've said here? Regarding the streams that Tiff has done and what our audience has said? There's no substance here at all. None. None at all. Sue Sullivan, yeah, they are enabling her. You are right. Of course they are. Without the audience, Tiff has nothing. Without my audience, I have nothing. Without YouTubers, without their audience, have nothing. She has happened to find an audience that's just like her. Just like her. Miserable and lonely, just like her. Let's see here. And then Patty comes in. She says, but we all know he has the Shure SM57 microphone. No, this is the Shure SM7B, and Don has the Shure SM58. The Shure SM57 is what the President of the U.S. uses for their State of the Union address. So you got that wrong, Patty. This is the Shure SM7B, and Don's mic is the Shure SM58. Thanks for trying, though. And he hoards the rodent carcass mic covers. That's called a windscreen pop filter. So you folks can hear me clearly on my watch. So I don't use the onboard audio of my iPhone like some people do, or their Androids, and then you can't hear them. And then when there's wind noise, when there's like a gust of wind, it blocks out the sound. I've got great sound. So what's your criticism on that? How many times are you guys going to mention the pop filter windscreen, which helps create great sound? I'm sure my audience can agree that I have some of the best sound, not only in the studio, professional sound, but also while I'm walking, my sound is pretty good. So glad you found me. Are you trolling, dude? So glad I found you, Coach Eli. Okay, so who are you? You thinking it too? Sue Sullivan, such petty comments they made. AZ Prod, just lies, assumptions, and really bad jokes. You thinking it too? You inspire me. When was your channel created, man? Okay. How'd you find out about the channel? Your channel seems legit. You thinking it too? All right, let's continue here. Mel says, Eli, I think you're a bully on and off the internet. Okay, Mel, that's a pretty big accusation. What makes you lead to believe that I'm a bully? Is it what Tiffany's making up about me? Is it me defending myself against you emotionally unstable and mentally unstable Karens. Jigwalk says, ironic, some troll came in here and called Eli bitter. The bitter ones are the Eli haters and are so pathetic. They have nothing better to do but hate watch someone they don't like. Right. So they actually like me is what you're saying, Jigwalk. They want to be like me. And I say that with humility. You thinking it too? No, not trolling, just a dude looking for life direction. Okay, that's good, man. That's good. You came to the right place. Yeah, Mel. So what proof do you have that makes me a bully? Standing up to the dumb shit people have done to me over the last 6 years, saying a few hateful things that I didn't mean, to defend myself against many hateful things the same people said about me. So what's your point, Mel? I'll tell you this. If any of you Karens were going to have a one-on-one debate with me, you would lose. The thing is, I wouldn't be able to get a word in because you ladies would be just going off. And I would win by default because you wouldn't be able to keep your mouth shut. Because you're that immature, you're that insecure, you're that mentally and emotionally unstable. Like, what a whacked out group of women, you know. And there are some men, like Silicone, he's whacked out too. You thinking it too? Says, I heard people talk about you. I had to come see for myself. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Sue Sullivan, hey, you thinking it too? Hope you're doing well. You thinking it too? Hello, Sue. Thank you. And you also. All right. Wonderful. Miss Brazy. Intrawebs bully. Oh, intrawebs with a WEBZ. And then Patty says, rename this Eli and Review. You'll be making lots of money. Oh, are you going to pay her lots of money, Patty? Like you paid me? I thought you were legit, Patty. I thought you really, truly supported myself and Don. But honestly, you've been a phony and a fraud this whole time, Patty. You, Patty, have been nothing but a big Karen like the rest of them. You're an unhappy, miserable Karen. And you're just showing your own cards. You're just showing your own cards. You're showing your true colors. You're jealous and miserable because Don and I are happy and you're miserable. And I don't wish any harm upon you, Patty. I wish you the best. I know you have some health issues, but just because you have health issues doesn't give you the right to come and attack people and not be called out on it. And I'm not going to stop myself from defending myself against someone like you just because you have health issues. Mel, blasting your clients' secrets and berating them for not following your advice is bully behavior. I don't do that, Mel. Show me proof of that. I've never done that. Mel, I'll tell you this, if you keep running your mouth, I'm going to look into you. And then we'll be talking about you. But see, here's the thing, Mel, you're not worth it because you don't have an audience for me to leverage. Tiffany does. And Tiffany knows I have an audience too, but my audience is not going to go. My good audience is not going to go to support any of these drama people. They might tune in and hear what's being said for a few minutes, but they're not going to support you folks. Patty, if you don't put a 1, he wants an explanation. Well, I can ask for an explanation. You don't have to give me one. See, Patty, what is your argument there? If I ask people a question on my own show and then I want an explanation, what is wrong with asking for an explanation? It's my house, my channel. Why is every little thing that I'm doing so fascinating to you ladies? I don't get it. Do you folks see the pattern here? This makes absolutely zero sense here. Sue Sullivan, at you thinking it too. This channel is awesome. I think you will enjoy being here like the rest of us. Jigbox says, I think Patty will eventually realize she chose the wrong side. I think Patty actually is going to continue to spiral down this path of unhappiness and misery. She did this with the Legion. She did this with us here at the Coach Eli, network of channels, and now she's going to supporting the Tiff side. You see what's happening? These people will hop from group to group to group, desperately seeking acceptance and relevancy, right? That's your problem, Patty and other ladies. You're desperately seeking relevancy and acceptance. And so you go from group to group to group until someone, is in alignment with your agenda. And it seems like Patty found someone that's in alignment with her true agenda. Tiffany, making up BS about people and massively projecting their insecurities. She's massively projecting their insecurities. That's what she's doing. You thinking it too. Thanks, Sue. I've seen how evil some of these people can be, and Eli seems like he's a really nice guy. Well, I mean, I'd say I'm a good guy. I mean, I can be a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. I prefer the word a good guy because nice guys finish last. But I get what you meant by that. No, I care about people. I care about, bringing out the best in people. And I'm all about positivity. But these people are just the most vile and negative people I've ever come across. And they're on YouTube spreading their drama BS disease. And they're using my name and they're getting paid to use my name. So I'm going to call them out. I'm going to call them out every time. Mel says, banning your members and supporters for being friendly with other creators is bully behavior. Nope, I banned my members for not following my rules. You're not going to buy a membership here, Mel, and think that you can own my house by buying a membership. I will ban you, but you'll still have access to the content. You just won't be able to chat. Mel, you're the biggest Karen out of them all there, next to Tiffany, that is. That's why you're a mod there, because you're just like Tiff. Mel says, using your sick GF to grift and e-beg is bully behavior. Okay, so you're accusing me of using my girlfriend to grift? Go fuck yourself, Mel. Go F yourself and never come back. Because that's BS. Yes, that hit a nerve because I love my girlfriend. And no, I'm not using her to grift at all. She legitimately has some issues. We're trying to figure them out. And this is what we do for our business. This is the money that's going to Dawn to pay her bills until we figure out if she gets cleared or if she goes on disability. And even if she goes on disability, we have to wait at least 6 months. And then we have to go through the process. And that takes a while. So I'm sitting here grifting, using my girlfriend to grift. She's getting all that money. How is it grifting, you moron, when she's getting all that money? Okay, she went public the last time we did a members only stream, and she said she got the money. She'll go public and say it again. We don't have to tell you anything, but we will for transparency. Why does it matter in the first place? You think everything's a grift? No. Don and I are the two rawest and realest people on the planet here, and you just can't handle that. Can't handle that. AZ Prod said every single one of them must be held accountable, no exceptions. I agree. You thinking it too, AZ Prod? And prosecuted to the highest level of lawful jurisdiction. I don't know if any of them are breaking the law, but their behavior is asinine. I mean, their behavior is just out of this world. It's a distraction to what I'm trying to create out here in a positive way. Jigwalk says, if Tiffany had any concern at all for Dawn's well-being, she would not be leeching off your content. Well, she would also not be accepting payment to come at me, which is even worse than that. Her making donations, yeah, you can call that leeching. Her getting paid, her being sponsored a good amount of money to make content on me. That's a choice she's making right there. AZ Prod says, that doesn't make sense. Mel doesn't sound like the brightest Karen. No, she's got issues. It's obvious to me. Furthermore, Mel says, mistreating your dogs and depriving them of simple hygiene and basic needs is a bully behavior. How do I mistreat the dogs? The dogs have everything. These are the two most spoiled dogs on the planet. They even have the best allergy and immune medication that we give them. Okay? They got the best dog food that we give them. Okay? They get fresh water every single day. They also get treats. They have toys. They've got the best beds to sleep on. They're well taken care of. So how, Mel, how am I mistreating the dogs? See, Mel, I think you're jealous because you wish, and I'm saying this with humility, because I'm not the kind of person that would normally come out and talk like this, because I don't think I'm any better than anyone. But to these women are coming at me so hard, they wish they could be with a guy like me. You ladies want a guy like me. You ladies want a man that'll take care of you like I take care of Don, take care of the dogs, take care of the house, take care of a lot of things, almost everything. You ladies are jealous that you don't have a man like me. That's the bottom line. And I normally don't like to talk that way because I'm a very humble person. But you ladies are forcing me to call you out on your BS. Jigwalk, she is a content leech because she is unable to create her own content and can only use your content. That is content leeching. Yeah, why don't you talk about your own life, Tiff? That's what I do. That's what Don and I do. We talk about our own life. Now, we're talking about you now because you're talking about us, which is happening in our life right now. You coming at us is something that we're dealing with in our life, so we're talking about it, right? Why don't you talk about your relationship with your man? Why don't you talk about what happened with Jamie and how that affected your relationship with your man? Okay, why don't you talk about the shit that you've done and share with your ladies, okay, I've done all this. I've done all this. You know what? It wasn't the right thing to do. I need help. I need to get better, right? Instead of accepting responsibility for your own actions, Tiff, you mask the pain of all that by coming at us. How pathetic, man. AZ Prod, LMFAO, the delusions are real with that group. My God, they're delusions of grandeur, dude. This is like, I gotta tell you, this is the most Karen group I've ever come across. This is like Karen's Anonymous, right? Like these women need Karen's Anonymous. You thinking it too. Who is this Tiff person? What is her channel? You don't want to know, dude. And I don't want to promote her. You'll find out if you need to, but I don't want to give her any notoriety on her channel at all. Let's see here. NS says, Tiff, when you get time, can you life coach Eli about always referring to Don as his property? I've never once referred to Don as my property. I don't own Don. She doesn't own me. We're a team in a happy relationship. We're teammates. And he never says Don's name as an autonomous person. What part of that makes any sense? I'm not even going to respond to something that makes zero sense at all. Mel responds and says, exactly, NS. Don has no identity apart from being his woman. Oh my God, man. These women, including Tiff, is a lifetime documentary, a lifetime movie just waiting to happen. Like Tiff, you got to take yourself and these group or this group of massive Karens, which is what I'm trying to say, and go to Lifetime and say, you know what, we want to be your next shit show. Like, this is absolutely the most, listen, I thought I had encountered the most pathetic group of people regarding some other groups that I've come across out here on YouTube, but this tops everything. I have never, ever, 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 ever met a more pathetic group of people than Tiffany and the group of ladies, the group of Karens that support her. These women have no sense at all, right? Right? They don't make any sense with what they're saying. Nothing they've said so far makes any sense at all. Zero. NS says, remember when you didn't know what a gnome was? What a dork. I don't give a fuck what a gnome is. It's stupid. I don't care what a meme is. That's all stupid stuff. Why should I care about what a gnome is? I'm not into that garbage, stupid millennial, trolling BS stuff. Who gives a damn about what a gnome is? How's that going to better my life? How's it going to put more money in my pocket? Wow, man, these people are really just, oh my God, one flew over the cuckoo's nest, for Christ's sake, man. Patty, how did she break her ankle? Oh, so Patty, you were around when Dawn broke her ankle, and you don't remember? Now they're going back trying to figure out, oh, how did Dawn break her ankle? You go back and watch the content from back in those days where we explained it. Okay? Because now what they want to do, they want to spin the agenda that Eli pushed her to break her ankle, right? Right? These women are delusional. Delusions of grandeur at the highest level. She broke her ankle. She tripped over the back and vacuum. And that's not it. Some channel name IVXXVIMMXX. Oh man. Let me see if there's anything more that's noteworthy here. Miss Brazy, if you see Dawn 8 years ago to now, it's mind-blowing. She's going through some health issues. Let me ask you this, Miss Brazy. Why the fuck do you care so much at that level? Like, why do you care so much why do you care to look back at Dawn's life 10, 15 years ago when you don't give a shit about her or me? You're doing it because you're miserable and you're trying to use it to attack me and make me look bad. You're trying to paint me as the guy that messed up Dawn's life. Okay, no one's messed up Dawn's life. Dawn has been going through some things. Okay? And you don't know, there are a lot of things that we haven't even put out publicly that we're never going to put out publicly. You folks don't know half the story. You've heard some of it, right? But the fact that you want to go back and research pictures of Dawn from 8 years ago and compare it to today, it just shows how much of a stalker you are. And here's the thing, no problem doing that, but now you got to go public and publicly state it in a chat that's being paid to come at me. Hey, Lucy, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. You missed a good one. I'm about to go off the air probably in about 10 or 15 minutes. Lucy says, evening, everyone. What have I walked into? I have to watch replay to catch up. Yeah. Hey, Lucy, says AZ Prod. Hey, AZ, says Lucy. Yeah, no, we've been talking about Tiffany. She's been not rebroadcast me. She's been talking about me and playing the audio of my streams and just making up a bunch of garbage. And she's getting paid to do it by the sponsor Silicone Jo. And she's also making donations from her group of Karens in the chat that are just like her, like mentally unstable, right? Very mentally unstable. Yeah, no, like last night she did a stream and she said she made over $100, on top of what she won't admit, which is the truth. She's getting paid more by the sponsor, but she made additional money through the group of people that support her streams, or her supporters. And that's why I'm responding to it, because I stood back for a week and a half or so, and now it got to the point of where, hey, you know what? I'm just going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. And then she can keep talking about me. And if she keeps going, maybe once a week I'll do a stream to say, hey, she's still going. She just won't stop. She can't live without Coach Eli content. And at some point it'll get totally old, like I've been saying throughout this whole stream. It's going to get totally old, saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Lucy, I think it is great, Eli, how you've been there for Dawn and helped take care of her. Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. I know there are some good people out here like you that see that. I'm working hard for her too. Like legitimately, all the money that I'm making here now on the channel, and Dawn helps me. We'll be doing a members only live stream again real soon too, probably within the next few days. But it's all going to Dawn. And then these women are calling me a grifter, trying to use my woman's illness for money. No, I'm not trying to use anything. We're being honest about it. This is the truth of the matter. And Dawn helps me run the channel. So how is it grifting when she helps me run the channel? They were saying that, not you, Lucy. They were saying that. It's just pathetic. Let me see here. Oh, Christ, she's going blind. No, she's not going blind, Patty. She has some blurred vision due to medication. Patty, you're proving to me now that all the streams that you attended, which was quite a bunch of them, here between my walks and the studio streams, you never paid attention, Patty. We mentioned Dawn's vision issues so many times. But Patty, you didn't pay attention. Either that or you have amnesia and you forget shit. Okay? Like this is just absolutely pathetic and ridiculous, Patty, how you're asking questions or you're reacting in ways by saying oh Christ, she's going blind. No, she's not going blind, and you already knew that she had blurred vision because we talked about it many times while you were around, Patty. Lucy, that's ridiculous of them. Yeah. It's almost like you're taking the opposite approach on purpose, Patty. Maybe you're getting paid by Silicone Jo too. All these meds, but she's not getting better. You got to find the right dosage for the medication for it to work. And just because you take anti-seizure meds doesn't mean you're never going to have a seizure again. That's DTs. Diarim tremors. Or tremens. No. You're talking about the type of seizures? They're tonic-clonic. Her doctor has diagnosed her with tonic-clonic seizures. She even had a seizure one time in her doctor's office, the neuro doctor, the specialist for, for seizures, the neurologist. Look at these women. Like, now they're pretending to be doctors, right? Now they know the type of seizures my girlfriend has more than her own doctors do. All right, these Karens, man, they really need to get a life. Why is she losing her sight, Lord Eli? Well, Patty, you were around and you were chatting in many streams when we mentioned that. And she's not losing her sight. She's got blurred vision. Patty, you want me to go back and review the streams where we talked about this, where I talked about this and Don talked about it, and you were actually in the chat? So Patty, you would come in the chats of the streams and turn the volume off and not listen, or did you have selective hearing, Patty? This is unbelievable, Patty. You were around all this time where we mentioned all this, and now you're acting like you didn't even know. You know, it's almost it's actually, I'm just going to say it's a good thing you're no longer around, Patty. You know, it's a good thing because I mean, wow, you're not in your right mind, Patty. You're probably mentally ill yourself too. That's my opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing anyone, but there's a lot of mental illness happening within this group. This is just really, it's when a group of women like this, or a group of any people get together like this. Holy Moses, Lucy with the 99.99. Wow. There's a woman at the label between what I say and what goes out. A 99.99 super chat. Oh my God. Big round of applause. Holy Moses. Holy Moses. I got to find my button. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow, Lucy, wow. I don't know where that came from. Oh my God. Gee, thank you so much, Lucy. Wow. Wow, Don's going to be, wow. You know, people say that, hey, you know, you get emotional when people donate their hard-earned money. Of course I do. That's the way everyone should be. They should be grateful and thankful for that. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. God bless you, Lucy. Thank you. Don, I'm going to tell Don when the show's over. And also, we got $4 from a troll in here, the Cold D case. But thank you so much. And there's a woman at the lady between what I say and what goes out. It's going to get there in a second. But let me just thank you here. Thank you. Very much, Lucy, for your very generous donation. Don and I are so grateful for you. God bless you. Wow. Wow. You know, you have some kind people in this world that are able to donate at that level. And they support a real good cause. I'm grateful for this, and I feel blessed for it. Lucy, you've been very supportive. And I feel that everyone that donates at any level should be acknowledged over and over and over again. You can never acknowledge someone that donates enough. But then you get those people that donate above and beyond a lot of their hard-earned money because they believe in what we're doing. And again, you can never, ever thank people like you enough. And then these mofos on the other side there are going to be like, oh, Eli's pretending to be so nice and he's showing fake sympathy and, he's just becoming a better grifter and Lucy is a moron for not seeing this and blah, blah, blah. You're welcome. Nice dinner for Don. Well, all the money from the YouTube is going into her account to pay her bills, Lucy. Dinner I'll buy. I have in my budget with my money, I take care of the food and the rent / mortgage and stuff like that. This money here is all going to her checking account to pay for the bills that she has. And so thank you. But yes, what I will do is I will take her out to dinner and I will say it came from you. But thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to end this soon and then come back from a walk because I really need to get a walk in today. That was very kind of you, Lucy. That's just unbelievable. It's very kind. I don't even know what to say anymore. You've been very supportive. You've been very supportive. It's a shame you have to put up with those Karens. We should name them the Karen Club. Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm probably going to do some shows with Raleigh, Buy Your Repair Guy on his Life Works Drunk channel at some point. Because Raleigh, listen, I think Lucy, I respect men and women that deserve respect. But men and women that are, just ridiculous deserve to be called out. I think you understand that I'm not a woman hater. Obviously, I have a woman. And I don't hate people in general. I just, stupidity really just irks me. It does. It does. I just, what's the right word to say? I just can't stand ignorant people. These people are very ignorant. They're so ignorant because they're just miserable and lonely. That's it. That's the bottom line. And they can change that. If they want to change that loneliness, they can change it. They just have to decide to want to start turning their lives around instead of continuing to do this dumb shit. Thank you again, Lucy, for your $99.99 $100 super chat. God bless you. You didn't even put a message there, but thank you. Telling all her private medical info is so wrong to me. She put that out there. We're transparent. We're sharing with people what we're dealing with. It's like our own blog. What is wrong with putting out what we want to put out? If we want to put out what she's going through so people understand, like the last Members Only live stream that we did, she was getting very nauseous because of her medication. And we even gave her anti-nausea medication, and it just wasn't working that night. It normally does. And we gave her anxiety medication too. And she had to step away. And we explain what she's dealing with because sometimes she may have to step away in the middle of a live stream. Like, honestly, these Karens are sitting here and coming at me on things that Donna's gone public on herself. We both talked about it. We want people to know about this because we don't want them to worry if something happens, especially if we're live on the air. Mel says that's what Eli says. That's why he has to manage her emotional support group for females. Are you jealous that you'll never be a part of that emotional support group? And it's more of an empowerment group for women, Mel. We want to help women become more empowered in the right ways. We would love to help women like you too, Mel, but first of all, you got to snap out of this BS. You got to snap out of the funk you're in, and you've got to stop attacking people and projecting your insecurities on the people because you're miserable. You have to say, you know what? I'm fucking miserable. I don't want to be miserable anymore. So, you know what, Eli? I want to be a part of this group, and I want to better myself. I'm tired of attacking other innocent people on YouTube I wish I could be like because I'm fucking miserable, right? Lucy says it really strikes a nerve in how Tiffany came in your chat speaking on your behalf, then turned on you for money. She seems toxic. She's very toxic. She's sold out for the money. And a lot of people are saying that Tiffany, doesn't do it for the money. No, she does it 100% for the money because she feels guilty taking money from her rich boyfriend that I like. He's a good dude because she doesn't have feelings for him. She's basically taking advantage of him. She's taking him for granted. Like, it's just, I like her. I like her man. And he doesn't have the heart to kick her out because he's been with her for 10 plus years and he's emotionally attached. And I understand that. I understand how emotional attachments work, right? I get emotionally attached to things and to people and to my girlfriends too. Like, now in the past, the other girlfriends, now it's just Dawn. But I get emotionally attached too. And once you get emotionally attached, it's hard to let someone go even when you need to do it. But I think the only way Tiff's going to learn is if her man lets her go. Because even though he means well, him letting her stay and do what she does is continuing to enable her piss poor behavior. And I like the guy. I'm not attacking you, dude. I like you, but it's true. But if I was in your shoes, dude, and been with someone like that for 10 years, it'd be hard to let her go too because of the emotional attachment. But, look, a man or a woman or any human can only take so much, right? And this dude's taking a lot. Let me read a few more here, and then I got to end this to get to my walking stream. I'm going to do a double-decker today. Or not a double-decker, I'm going to do a what do you call it? A double header. Miss Brazy, she was so sick the last live, she couldn't last 10 minutes. Next day, he said nothing about how she was until Chad asked. He then said she's great. No, we talked about it listen, Miss Brazy, we talked about it during the live. She was sleeping. She was feeling a little bit better. She was just tired. And listen, like, why are you being so nitpicky? Why? Listen, here's the thing. You say you care about Dawn so much, but then you you support creators that are trashing her and trashing me. And here's the thing, Miss Brazy. Anyone that trashes me is also trashing Dawn. Even if you're not directly trashing, let me pull my chat here. Let me pull the people here. Even if people are not trashing Dawn directly, if they're trashing me, they're trashing Dawn. And if they're trashing Dawn, they're also trashing me. When you're a couple and a team, when you trash one, you trash the other. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. I'm curious to know. AZ Frost says, holy shit, Lucy, bless you. Yeah, I was shocked as well too. That's it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Lucy is a godsend. I don't know where Lucy came from, but she's wow, I'm just blown away. The same with you, and Tia. Tia probably didn't get the notification, and she'll probably be like, "Oh, damn, Eli, I didn't get the notification because I got other notifications and I didn't see it." No worries, Tia. It's all good. Lucy says, Eli, there is nothing wrong with you overseeing the ladies group, seeing how Dawn was taken advantage of before in private chats. Well, no, here's the thing. I'm not paying attention to anything in that group. The only reason why I'm there is because I need to make sure the right women get in there and the ones that are going to cause issues, to stay out. So I'm not listening to any voice messages. The only thing that I'm doing is if Dawn asks me to read her a message she can't read because she's telling people to just send voice messages until her vision gets better. But if they actually, um, what was I going to say? If they put out a text message in there, I have to read it to Dawn. AZ Prod says 1, Lucy 1, Sue says 1, Jigwalk 1, absolutely. Right. But thank you, Lucy. Honestly, Lucy, I want to leave Dawn and Tia and Sandra and Queen to run this on their own. Those 4 women are going to run this thing. Okay. I want to leave those women to run it. Right now, in that group, we have Dawn, we have Tia, we have Queen Helen Casey, and Sandra Palacio. And they're going to be the ones running this. Then we're going to start bringing in some more trustworthy ladies as we get to know them. But yeah, honestly, I don't want to be in there, not because I'm afraid to be in there. I want to respect the women's safe space and privacy. And I'm not going to put anything out there. It's just I want it to be about the women, right? And then we're going to start something with the men. Now we have our co-ed stuff. And we're going to do some co-ed stuff, and typically we're going to do some stuff for men only, which is what I was trying to say. But the stuff for men only typically doesn't really work that well. Men don't like the group setting. Women love the group setting. Men are better in a co-ed setting. But yeah, it is what it is. But anyway. Exactly. They'll be great, says Lucy. Yeah, no, absolutely. GLM says Sandra is a wonderful woman. And GLM, if you want to join that group, you can. Just let me know behind the scenes. Connect with me on Facebook, and then we'll let you in there. Dawn is asking for you, GLM. She wants you to be a part of the group. Let me see here. I was gonna go 2,500 to train the dogs. Get in the car. No. Here's the thing, Patty. No one ever requested you to come and train our dogs. They're doing just fine. Okay, I'm getting a message that YouTube's not getting enough information, but it looks like we're doing okay. Give me a second here. Give me a second here. What is going on? Yeah, give me a second. I don't know what the heck is going on here. Yeah, give me just a second, folks. I'm sorry about that. I gotta fix something real quick here. Let me see. All right, let me try one more thing here. Okay, let's see if that fixes the issue. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I'm sorry about that, folks. One more second here. I do apologize. I'm going to go through the chat here in just a second, okay? Let's see. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see if that, and there we go. Okay. All right, folks. Give me a second. I'll be right back, okay? Hold on a second. I got him. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. right, we are back live. We are back live. We're just going to scratch and get right back down to business. Sorry about that, folks. Some technical difficulties happened on the fly, and then Don came in, and I needed to take the dogs out to use the restroom, and so it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to start wrapping this up here in a few, but I want to read a few more of these comments here, and then I'm going to probably end up doing a Walking with Purpose stream. But first, GLM says, I don't really talk to anyone privately on a consistent basis from YouTube. It is very time consuming. I just shoot the occasional message or email. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'll let Dawn know. By the way, oh yeah, Dawn, thanks you, Lucy, and the other person for the super chats. One of them was a troll, but Lucy, Dawn is very grateful and thankful as well for your $99.99 super chat. And she wanted you to know that I made her aware while I was on the break and taking the dogs out. And yeah, I've been talking so much, my throat is just all over the place. I'm gonna have to take a day off one of these days here. But anyway, let's see here. My God, what was I thinking? Patty says regarding you're going to drive 2,500 miles to come train our dogs. No one ever asked you for that. And I could ask you, what were you thinking, Patty? I could ask you that. Like, Patty, here's the thing. You basically offer to do things for people. You donate money to people, and it comes with stipulations that you don't mention initially. It's like, we thank you, and we're grateful for everything you've done. And then you offer things that we would never accept. It's a great thought, but we would never accept it. And then you're like, what was I thinking? Well, that's something you should be asking yourself in private. But why put that in a public chat? Why do you feel the need to put that out there? Like, are you a fair weather supporter, Patty? As long as the agenda goes your way, then you're okay with things. But you give to get, not give to give. You should always give to give and not give to get. Patty says he's going to do a whole live stream on your fingers. What does that mean? Patty says, Brazy, I thought it would be cool to go on a walk with purpose. Okay, so you learned that from me. I'm glad you took away something from being a part of our group, Patty. Doing a walk with purpose, whether you do it live or just on your own, is great. That's a great thing. And then I put out a community posting on, while this show is happening live, I put out a community posting about Patty and Mel. And then Navigator says, you guys got a new community post. Patty says, or Mel says, I'm going to go peak. Well, of course you are, because you're obsessed with the drama, because you're miserable and you need the drama to fuel, to fuel you, right? To fuel your emotions, to make yourself feel better, right? Lucy says, that's right, Eli. Thank you, Lucy. You cracked me up. Navigator, everyone seems to genuinely like Dawn and are concerned for her. There's no concern for Dawn. And you don't like Dawn. You guys are using Dawn to try to get to me. So shut the fuck up. Seriously. You guys are so pathetic. We can read right through you. Even Dawn reads right through you. You don't care about Dawn. You guys are the ones that are using Dawn to try to get to me. Shame on Patty. Yeah, shame on Patty. Shame on her. You're right. I'm glad you realized that. Thank you so much, Lucy. Thank you. Go check out my channel, Eli. I already have, and I don't like it. Patty says, oh, stop, Eli. We are just having fun. Having fun? You call this fun? You call someone paying Tiffany money to pretend attack me and then talk about Dawn in horrible ways? You call that fun? maybe it's fun for you, Patty, and you group of misfit ladies there that are Karens because you're miserable. Maybe it's fun because it's making you feel better, right? It's making you feel better that Tiffany's attacking an innocent man and an innocent woman. Man, the delusions of grandeur are ridiculous. Navigator, I feel terrible for her. I'm sure she feels trapped, hopeless, and helpless. None of the above. None of the above. What proof do you have of that? Miss Brazy said that Tiff. He just called out Patty and Mel on his community post. He's going to stream on them tomorrow. And I did. So what? You guys streamed on me. Mel says, I'm going to get a mouthful while I'm at work. Nuts. LOL. Well, you got it more so today, Mel. Good grief, Eli. Don't be so serious. Well, Patty, you left our group. You accused me of banning you when I never did. And then you played along with the agenda. And then we tried to make peace with you, and you basically told us to shove it up our you-know-what. Patty, you are a delusional person. You are delusional. Delusional. And now you're trying to say, oh, we're just having fun. Eli, don't be so serious. All right, folks, that's it. Thank you, Lucy, once again for your $99.99 super chat, and thank you to the Cole channel for your $4 in super chats, even though you were trolling. We still appreciate it. I'm going to probably end up doing a walk. I'll see you folks in about 45 minutes. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.